what, because we're right now doing some projects on the data science also, mainly on the predictive analytics and stuff like that. But what I see mainly a drawback of a data scientist, and what are the prerequisites, what should be the idea for a data scientist. So that's what I want to share to the team right over here. What are the challenges we faced, and then what are the things we are finding in a data scientist? What is the lacking skills? So these all things we find it. So as I told you, right, this is a kind of 45-minute session kind of a thing. But as you know, that it cannot be learned or like mastered in over a period of time. So what I do to the team, right, I'll just continue with this. So what I will do in this case is I'll give a 15 to 20 minutes of a high-level overview of what is required for a data scientist. So then what I will do is I'll open the questions to the form, right? I know many of the people will have many number of questions. So and I'll take a recommendation from the team, right? What exactly needs to be covered, or like what would be the good idea to take it forward, and stuff like that. Okay, so let me take you through the screens. I hope everyone is seeing my screen. Guys, as I told you, right, data scientist, and today's you can see in the market the buzzword is a data scientist. I know many of the people, or might have heard about this data scientist. So to me, right, in a layman, data scientist is a term which is widely popular. Like it's an extension of your mainly on the data, who is working on the data and who has churned or mined the data and understand the concepts of that and apply some statistical knowledge kind of a thing. He becomes a data scientist. But the bottom line, who really works on the data, who is an expertise in the data, understanding the data and coming up with the data, predictions kind of a thing, data description. So like I can say, right, data is oil kind of a thing. So that kind of leverage, who has given it becomes a data scientist, right? But for that, right, I've given it where to start, right? And what to learn, right? How to practice, what to listen to, what to learn to when you are ready. So see, for example, right, where to start. When I say where to start, right, you have to really understand these are the areas we have to start, right? For example, mathematicians, statistics, computer science, machine learning, data, communication domain. So these are all the areas is a senior data scientist I'm talking about. So especially when you talk about a data scientist, you want to start with your career, I will say that, right, mainly you should have the statistic knowledge, or you should have basically a math guy or a computer science guy and have some knowledge. So basically there are a lot of ifs and combinations to become a data scientist. So what is the best way to start? And this, like, there are a lot of MOOC courses, massive open online courses, like you have Coursera, right? You have Udemy. So if I want to learn, start your career in this case, right? Go to Coursera, and there are a lot of open courses where you can start your career. Like for example, I can say you want to start your career as a data scientist. The first place to go into learn statisticians. What is my statistics? Right? And then what is my mathematics into that? So that is where you have to start your career to become a data scientist, right? And then there is a known as a Kaggle, where you can go and then work more on that aspect. So I suggest to where to start is, these are the core areas you have to get, but where to start is you have to start from here. Statistician, mathematics, and then basically after that you have to start learning more on the algorithms, machine learning. And out of all, right, as I told you, right, you should not leave about the domain, right? So these all combinations will become a data scientist role. Okay, so as I told you, right, I have the same thing I have covered in a Venn diagram, right? So a data science, right, it has to have all this. So if you master all this, you becomes a data science guy. See, I'm talking about the high level, but to start at the low level of kind of, so how you can become a data scientist. So basically, when you want, like, whether you're a fresher, whether you're an experienced or whatever it is, right? First of all, you should prove yourself in an organization or whatever it is. You should be very comfortable that you have an analytics knowledge. When I say analytics knowledge, only you can get only when you do some courses on that. Like for example, open online courses is there. So there are some certifications are there. There's some other knowledge are there. So you have to start learning that. Right? And also, like in Coursera, if you see that there are a lot of universities offering a free online courses, certificate courses. So you should start from there to start learning. And then when you can start that, right? And then what one is learning and other is a practice. Right? So these are the two areas you should be very familiar with it. Like so apart from that, what I say, right? You should have a good thorough knowledge of the domain also. The very lacking pace of today's market is most of the data scientists lack domain knowledge, because they come from see, if I take back to the history of 2010 or some 5 to 6 years back, the data scientist is a pure PhD, guys. Some 5 to 6 years back. So if you're a data scientist, the job description used to say that, yes, I need a PhD, guys. But over the period of time, like for example, your big data flourished, your cloud flourished, recently the IoT is coming into hype. So everything, combination of that, right? Now people are talking about like a machine learning. People are saying that, right? Okay, there is no need of a PhD, guys. I can say that I can be a BTech guy, or a mathematician guy, or some consultant, whether it's a technical, functional, whatever consultant, who has a deep domain knowledge and who has worked on the data, can be a data scientist. So over a period of time, it has changed. So is it for a BTech guy? My answer is yes. A BTech guy can be a data scientist, yes. An MTech guy can be a data scientist, yes. An MBA guy can be a data scientist, yes. Anyone can be data scientist. If in today's world, today you apply for any job or today apply for anything, right? You can easily get, because right, today's the norm is saying that, yes, your experience talks about, or you are a fresher, right? Right, you can go and then learn these technologies and then go and apply for any job. Or like you can go in the same organization, right? Okay, I learned these courses. I'm this guy and I have so and so much experience, and I have this domain experience. I have mathematical knowledge and I have a computer science knowledge. So with all these things, right, you can go and get a job. So what my bottom line I want to say, right? That norm of saying that, right, only PhDs can be data scientists has changed now. Okay. So, and then what it has come in, it has flourished with so many courses, right? You can see, right, which is your data scientist role, right? When I say that, right, a data engineer or a data scientist, a software engineer, right? If you see the hierarchy, for example, today, your role, you be a fresher or a software engineer. What is your role to be, right? Like, okay, a software engineer can become a data scientist directly, or a data engineer can become a data scientist directly. So what are the things you have to know? I mean, to say, you cannot master everything out of it. Anyone, for example, like today you are working on a web, like an C# or some technical thing. So directly you can learn one of these courses, and then you can predict that as a data scientist. Like otherwise you're working on a data, right? Whether you are a Hadoop guy or some Python language, like these are the new technologies I'm talking about, and some business intelligence, and you want to become a data scientist, yes, you can do that. Okay, because see, I'm more, and then also apart from this, right, I'm just saying that please make sure if you want to make a career of a data scientist, that is what my past experiences say about this, right? That definitely at some point of time you should leverage your data science skills with a domain knowledge, at least one domain knowledge. If you don't have any domain knowledge, you will be left apart in growing your career. For example, I can say, right, okay, I become mostly flourished data science roles is an R or a Python. R and or Python is a mostly used kind of a data science roles. So when you say an R and a data science, right, and then there are a lot of algorithms. Like for example, like few like kind of a script analytics. When you say analytics, right, you can have a descriptive analytics, prescriptive analytics, and predictive analytics. So kind of combination of this, all these technologies with domain becomes a data scientist. Okay, so when I say this, all these things, right, this is very much important, right? So this is a Venn diagram which every data scientist should have in this, right? Because if you want to grow in your career, because right, these are the technologies, right? In any data scientist should learn in his whole career, right? You can be a junior data scientist, you can be a senior data scientist, because right, in any project, right, especially there should be a data scientist, a couple of data scientists to work on a particular project. And in that, right, previously it used to be mostly statistical knowledge. If I want to talk about the last 4 or 5 years, initially started with the statistical models, like for example, giving a clustering, a clustering process, a classification process, a regression process, and everything. But recently, right, like I'm talking about the last year, 2016, was coming up with a new technology, knowledge of known as a machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, cognitive intelligence. So the rules are being changed. So you may ask me, right, so like should I need to learn all this? I will say no, because right, there's a difference between an experience, right? So all the senior guys or experienced guys should concentrate, okay, I'm already doing my statistical, I'm already a data scientist, what is my next role? So you have to say that, hey, you should either work on machine learning, deep learning, or AI. No, I'm starting my career, right? I just want to go and so you should become a data scientist. So once you want to start a career, right? So you should always say that, hey, I should start from the statistical modeling. So from the statistical modeling, so I'll say that, oh, okay, either learn an R or a Python. So learn that and then start getting to get a data scientist role. So these are the different two roles which we are being used to into the, especially in the data scientist role, right? So that is where I'll just say that. So what I'm just saying that, as I told you, right, because I know, right, because there's a lot of people into this. So what I would like to say, right, rather than me talking more of the aspects, I gave you a high level overview. So what I will do is I'll open the forum, right? I'll have more question and answer, right? So people can ask me questions, and I'll ask, and subject to that, right, I will answer their questions so that you can get more knowledge on that. Okay, so what I will do is right now, right, I'll just open the forum to questions, right? So basically, if anyone have any specific questions, right, I will address that questions. So any questions?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Venkat.
We have seen data scientists, so we had a lot of phobias, be it call it a phobia or something else. But so we heard that if you want to go and learn data science, so we need to start a lot of things, but we don't know exactly what is the first step.
See, as I told you, right, the first step for any data scientist to learn is known as the statistical modeling, the statistics.
Okay.
I don't know whether you come from the math background or a statistic background, or see, because for statistics to start with, right, you should have the basic knowledge of the math. That's what I prefer, okay, right? For example, tomorrow in the background you don't have any math. For example, you come from a non-mathematics background.
Yep.
I'm talking about maths, right? Because I know everyone, like you have it until 10th, you go with the maths, right? After that, right? After 10, right? 10 plus 2 can be your mathematics. But if you are not a savvy of mathematics, right, I will not suggest you for the data science, because the basic prerequisites, like your probabilities, like everything comes that way. So basically, you should have an inclined knowledge to the statisticals, and then you have to work on that. So that is the first step. So prerequisite, like whether, see, what I suggest to the people, right? First, think yourself, right? It's not that, right, the jargons are there. So everybody's talking to the data scientist. I have to jump into the data scientist. First, think about yourself whether I fit into the right role or not. Then do this, right? For example, the first thing, right, you have to evaluate, yes, am I a mathematician? Means, is math in my blood? Then,
Okay, one more question follow up. So, what is the demarcation between data analysis and data science?
see, data analysis, let's see, in the entire data science project, there are two steps. One is known as a diagnostic analysis, and another is known as a kind of a predictive analysis. Data scientist does both. So as a data engineer, you will be given an analysis of describing the data and coming with a analysis. Means, okay, I have given a data, right? For example, right, I can talk about, right, like the best example I can tell, there is, you know, that in the Naukri, right, there is an example I can give you. In Naukri.com, right, you have huge amount of data based on the job description, right? I will say that, hey, get me this data, means this kind of profiles, right? You segregate on the data on the resumes or the profiles and segregate and give it to me, right? But as a data scientist, right, when you want to apply a machine learning, right, see here, right, in the search, what you will do is, okay, I want a Java guy, I want a Python guy, so you will search on only limited data. So as a data analyst, right, you will filter it. But as a data scientist, right, data scientist will say that, right, hey, okay, I will apply some more machine learning, right? For example, okay, is Java guy, right? Okay, filter it out. Okay, I will tell that, right, okay, Java guy, is it from a university, right? For example, in filter, right, in data analysis, okay, is it from which university? Banaras University. But for example, right, the university can be unique, right? That machine learning guy will take that, okay, the university can be external, right? Is it a John Hopkins University? So at a global level, right? So machine learning is a kind of a learning which is applied with a wider job description. Like for example, in a job description, right, it will filter so many filters. So as a data scientist, you do a lot of filtering at a global level and train the data tomorrow, right, using an algorithms. So an extra knowledge, an extra information is given by data scientist. So data engineer versus data scientist is that example.
So last question.
Okay.
So I'm from IT background. I'm having infrastructure knowledge and programming knowledge. So I was a programmer as of now. So how far is my chance at proving myself in data scientist?
See, when you say programming, right? See, the best knowledge for a programmer, right? I will suggest, right, go and try yourself in Python and R.
So I'm an expert in Python.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Python is one of the best language, right? But yeah, another thing, right? You have to prove yourself, right? No one will come and directly take you, right? Okay, you are a Python, you learn Python, right? You have to prove yourself, right? When you go out of the market and say that, and you have to apply this language, this Python, what you are talking about, somewhere. Okay, somewhere, and then you have to apply on that case, right? When I'm saying that, right? One is learning and apply. Like there's a Kaggle.com, Kaggle. I don't know whether
yes,
you heard this. Kaggle.
Yes.
Yeah, Kaggle is a kind of a like playing yourself, like it's a competition.
You can find data. Yes.
So you can play with that. But again, right? See what I see, right? Data science today, if you ask me to the market, right? It's not still mature. The projects are not still like the Java, like the kind of other technologies. Like it's not so popular. They're popular, but the projects are not flowing as expected. So today you might have learned all this Python or maybe you not get an opportunity to learn on the project. And still data science is at a higher level. Still data science is at a higher level. Okay, the senior people will get a job or senior people will get an opportunity. For the junior guys, it's still, when you go there, you become a data engineer there and data scientist. That's the market as of now. Current status.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
Okay. Yeah,
okay, thank you for the answer.
Any programming guys, The next level is either people go for Python or an R. R used to be very popular, but nowadays people are using more of a Python. Python because right, Python can be used for some, like you have Python machine learning. You can use the Python predictive analysis. You can Python UI. There's a, like R is only a kind of a tool right now, is good for predictive things, algorithms and kind of a thing. But Python is becoming a universal thing today in the market to do more, like there's a Python deep learning, there's a Python AI. So with Python, right, you can do a lot of things. So people are slowly moving more to Python than R. But R is a good tool to learn because you have a lot of libraries, you have a lot of examples, you have a lot of practicing things. So R is an easy to learn. That is the difference between a Python and R today's in the market.
Hello,
So,
hello.
Yeah. Yeah, Gaurav.
Hello.
Yeah, Gaurav, tell me, Karen.
Yes, actually, I've heard you saying a lot that we need to be good at our domains, right? Can you just list out all the domains that in which a data scientist looks into?
As I told you, right, if you see, right, there are a lot of domains. But when you say, right, at least when you go for a data science thing, right, at least they expect to be, see, today you are giving an example. At least they expect you to have a good knowledge on at least one domain where you have proven yourself as a data science. For example, can you predict, there is an asset, right? There is an equipment. Can you predict that particular asset or thing when it will fail? What is the age of my life? Until and unless, you can apply a lot of algorithms, but until and unless you understand, right, what is that machine or what is that asset is doing, what are the different parameters is covering, why that is particular thing. So you have to understand, not simply applying the algorithm, but you have to understand it, how the behavior of that particular machine is doing. So that is what domain is. So you can talk about any, like for example, you can talk oil and gas, you can talk of energy and utilities. So anything machinery I'm talking about, manufacturing is there. So these are the examples I know, but overall, right, out of all these things, like most of the commonistic things is, most of the tourists, they're talking about the fraud analytics. So most of the examples you can see, this fraud analytics is coming up. But I'm talking more on the IoT and machine side. Means basically, most of the commonistic example is, I want to do an asset to predict to maintenance, or I want to see it when my asset is going to fail. What is the survival analysis of my asset? So these are the few examples I'm giving it you with respect to the domain.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. That was great.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the question.
Okay. So I'm changing career from IT to as Howard. See, as I told you, right, Naveen, the data science opportunities are not so huge at this point of time. Still, it's becoming a myth, right, or a hype right now in the market. Yes, there are data science opportunities. I'm not saying that it's not there, but okay, it's not there. But what I say, right, there is a very good opportunities. So if you see, right, any predictions or whatever it is, this is next year, right, in Hyderabad also, I see a lot of companies are just starting and then doing, like for example, right, mainly most of the people are doing a sentimental analysis, like text analytics. So these are the e-commerce kind of analytics. So these are the widely common kind of roles today in the market is there. So definitely I see that there's a lot of opportunities, especially for the data science. See, if you go see the market, right, tomorrow there will be only two roles which are wide. One is for the IoT, where is a wide opportunities, and another is for analytics. When you say analytics, right, definitely people look as a data science, whether it is a junior data science or a senior data science. Junior data science is a kind of 1 to 3 years experience guys, and data science. And again, right, data science is machine learning is a subset of data science. When you are working on a machine science, you can say is the data science. Data science is a combination of all the technologies. Like for example, the data science, data. When you say data science, you have to apply any one of the language. Like you can apply deep learning, is a data science. Machine learning is a data science. So data science is at the high level, and machine learning is a subset of your data science. So people might ask that if you're asking as a machine learning guy, right? If you're asking for a machine learning guy, then absolutely will say that, right? I'm a data science guy working on machine learning.
Okay.
Hey Vijay, this is Nagaraju. I have a quick question. So I've been working on the Amazon platform as an architect. So how can these days we hear a lot about machine learning, IoT. So since I'm from operational background, I'm just curious about how to get into this domain.
As I told you, right, you are in a AWS kind of. See, what I suggest to the people, right, at this point of time, what I suggest to the people, right, just go to Coursera, right, just start learning, right, don't jump. See, what my personal suggestion is, don't directly jump, right, take a time, right, take a time span. It's not that like Java, not like Java, right, which we can learn for 2 months, which we can for 1 month. Okay, 1 month learn Java and directly jump into job, or like 1 month of learning or 2 months. No, it should be a journey.
No, the other thing, what I want to make is, I have like zero programming knowledge. So is it must and compulsory to have programming skills for this role?
See, there are two roles. One is a business, that's what your domain or whatever is, kind of understanding the language, right? In any, that's what you, but for a data science, right, I would say, right, at some point of time, you should have that at least understanding knowledge of the domain, or understanding knowledge of the coding, understanding knowledge. Like you don't need to code. I'm talking about you don't need to code, but you have to understand, right? Okay, how that is workable. So I would say, I would say a little bit of 10 to 20% of coding is required, but especially, right, as I told you, right, the math is there. So when math is there, right, definitely you should have that coding skills or understanding of the knowledge skills. Okay.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. See, for you, right, if you say that, right, see, there are two career streams you have to talk about, right? I would say one is IoT stream and other is analytics stream. So if you're not good at coding or whatever it is, I would suggest go for the IoT. If you're good at domain, you're good at business, you're good at what it is, go for IoT career. And the second thing is, one is an analytics career, right? If you are good at math, if you're good at coding, you're good at programming, if you're good at whatever it is, right? I would always prefer to go for a data science role. Data science is most of your mathematical knowledge. You see, for machine learning, right, you have to have the predictive analytics and you algorithms, and you have to write the coding language. You have to understand the different analytics, right? How, when I have this set of data, how my prediction happens based on the past data. What is my forecasting data? What is my past data? What is my future data? How do I apply my logic? So these are all the skills required for a data science. See, as I told you, right, today's market, right, if you ask me now, right, data science is not for freshers. If you are a fresher, right, don't ever try to go for a data science until and unless we have very good certification. You go out, learn somewhere, and then try to get into a job. It's very difficult to get a data science. But you can always say, right, I have a R knowledge, I have a basic thing. Can I get into a role, right? Maybe a data engineer, or maybe a data work, right? They go in doing some data analysis. That you can get into a job, but directly getting into data science is very much difficult today with this. But I know there's one, I don't know whether you heard it, there's an INSOFE, INSOFE, is giving a big data analytics course with the data science, which is offering that course. So if you go there, right, companies will come directly, And then if you're certified there, so they'll give you as a fresher or a senior, whatever it is, they'll take you directly.
Can you repeat that site?
No, INSOFE. I'm posting it here. INSOFE. Insofe.
Okay.
Okay, I'll send it to everyone. Let me put it to everyone. See, as I told you, right? All other certifications like you call it Udacity, Udemy, or Coursera, or whatever it is, then it's any gaining of knowledge. It will not give you it will not give you a job. It's 100%. It will leverage your existing job to a new function, new thing, but it will give you an added advantage. But most of the cases, all are one. You go to Coursera, you go to Udacity, you go to Udemy, all are one. You take it anywhere, it's fine. It doesn't make any difference. You take it, see, at the end of the day, right? Anything, that's what I said, EDX, all of these are the courses. It's maybe right, it will be a different person, the concept is same. Go there, get the certifications, whatever it is, it will help you, right? But do only data scientist. Don't ever go into, like, for example, data scientist courses, like, for example, take a basic statistician. You take a course on statistician, you are a data science guy. I'm talking about when you start afresh. Like when you start to go, like for example, you're 2 years Java guy, or 2 years some guy, or a coding guy, or programming guy, or R guy. Take this course and start looking into your organization or some other, saying that, right, okay, I got this opportunity, I did this course, and I want to come as a fresher or something in your organization to start a career in a data science, as a junior data science or a data engineer, whatever you can say that. That is where you can start a career. But freshers, if you are a fresher, I will always prefer to go to take some courses, right? In in Sophia or some. See, for data science blocks, right? There is Data Science Central is there, which is a very good blog. I don't know whether you people know Data Science Central, which is a very good blog. All the blogs are there, which you can go and read on this particular blog.
So, are you sharing the screen?
For the blogs you're talking about? No, I'm just posting on the chat.
Okay, fine.
I just posted all these things on the chat.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, see, I say KD Nuggets is there, but Data Science Central is, I find it out very theoretical. KD Nuggets is there also there, but I found it more information because, right, lots of postings, very good postings, like a fresher, right, who is newbie also can get the knowledge on this. That's what I found it very useful. Okay, so bottom line, what I can say to the guys, right? See, data scientist is a new jargon in the market. Yeah, see, like this, right? You can have any number of, if you Google it, right, for data science, the only I can say, right, data science, right, only when you practice, you will get it. Because learning is same, because, right, it all depends on from different data set to data set. Like for example, if I want to have the algorithm fraud analytics, right, there will be different algorithm for prediction, right? So recording, right, I'm doing the recording. I'll share it this in the group later point of time. Once this is done, I'll do that. The link will be shared so that you can see the recording out of it. Okay, so this is as I suggest, right? Okay. See, guys, I have my number. What I will do is I'll post. I'll in my meetup group, right? I'll just change my phone number also. If you have any questions, also you can reach out to me, right? So you can call me on that personal note also. I can just suggest you whatever, right? Because, right, we are doing some projects also. on the predictive analytics. So that right, I can share some of the insights. Which you have any questions also, that right, I can share that information to you. Okay. So as a follow-up, right, I think right, guys, right, whatever you learn, right, you cannot keep on learning. Just my bottom line is, after learning all this, right, get into something job. That is the only step you can. Until and unless you keep on learning, right, it's an ocean. What I suggest, right, when you learn it, apply for a job, apply for something, and get into the job. Whether I don't mind it, whether it's a data engineer's job or an analytics side, right, it's a stepping stone. Or don't ever think that I want to go for a data scientist. Just get into an analytics project. You'll learn out of it. So maybe after a year or something, right, you are in the project, then you can go into the next role as a data scientist. Maybe if initial title, you might be doing all the descriptive analytics, right, segregating, like clustering, the classification, or like some other kind of models. You'll do that, but at some point of time, you'll do that. Okay, guys. So there's the last 1 minute, so I just want to conclude things, right? Okay. Anyhow, thanks everyone for coming, and then do that. So one question I've enrolled, and many questions. Guys, as I told you, right, it's a limited time I have. I'll share my number into this. So if you have any questions, right, you can call me directly. I can talk on one-to-one.